not going to be buyers. So the game is over.
Yeah, I agree. The game is definitely over. I'm just wondering what's the next game? You know, what's game
Yeah, well, there's
2.0?
two choices. Like, I've said it before. I mean, either we destroy 70% of the population on Earth, the human population. We cut their standard of living in half, so the starving become dead, the poor become near dead, and we become workers for and we slaughter the rich. It's that simple. The rich are the ones holding the IOUs. The 90% of the IOUs are going to be held by less than 5% of the population. And we got to just say to them they can't have 17 houses anymore. They can't have their Lamborghinis. They can't have all their bullshit anymore. It's over. They have to knock them down from billionaires to millionaires.
It's not even people, it's a fucking computer in some fucking room that's accumulating all this money and shit.
It's people. Get real, okay? I mean, rich people know exactly what the fuck they're doing. They can taste your pain, okay? They can taste your suffering. They hate your fucking guts. They love to watch you sweat and die for them. So let's get real. These are rich people, and they're gonna kill us deliberately, okay? They're not gonna shed any
I
fucking
totally
tears.
agree. The funny thing about greed is it's not at all just, oh, I want more, I want more. No, it's I want the other guy to be miserable, and so it'll never fucking end. They and have to make everybody more and more miserable. No amount of misery is sufficient.
Yeah, I'm not that I extend any courtesy or generosity of feeling to these rich folks. I just don't know that they're that calculating. I just think it may be more callousness than intentional, but maybe that's my naivete. Maybe they are as bad. Getting the most money off the Monopoly board, it's kicking your pieces off the Monopoly board as well.
Well, look, I've lived among them, you know, um, and most of them know they didn't earn it, and that's part of their psychology. Is they have a real, I don't know if you call it a guilt complex, but you know what I mean. It's like the man who beats up his wife on there. So they're so burdened by their humiliation of being so inferior that they need this huge head start to get through life. That just doubles their resentment for these tough, real people that can manage to survive without.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective. I haven't heard that one before. I'll have to cerebrate on that a bit. The rich.
Yeah, I just pull out of my ass theory, but I'm just saying I get that impression, like I said, being among them. There's so many of them that really haven't earned it, but they're playing the part. And so I'm just saying there's got to be a lot of guilt inside their little brains that is working on them. And you know what guilt does to people. I mean, guilt turns people into lunatics.
Money's going bye-bye.
Well, I wonder if it's not just money that Gary. I think maybe you locked up. I wonder if it's not just money that's going bye-bye. I wonder if it's Western civilization that's going bye-bye along with it.
Well, I think there's a huge difference between now and 1930. So yeah, I mean, it is going to be. Everybody's armed and loaded and ready and all, whatever you say there. How would they say, lock and loaded? And so yeah, it could get really, really fucking ugly. And we got Pakistan, we got all this other stuff around the world. Everybody's going to start resenting each other. There's going to be oil embargoes. There's going to be, it's already starting with the Chinese. The trade wars are starting, And once that stuff starts getting ugly, you know, um, it could be really bad.
Yeah, I agree about the Chinese. I think we saw the first shots across the bow last week when they raised the value of the yuan. I mean, I think that's it's subtle, but I think it's significant that that's the first in an escalating series of maneuvers in what you just mentioned is going to be a oncoming trade war. Because they know the jig is up. They know the United States can never pay back this money. And what do they owe? I mean, what do they own? Something like $1 trillion of bonds and notes. I don't even know how
No,
much
it's
it is.
two.
But
It's 2 trillion.
Not an
But it doesn't
investment.
matter. That's chicken
It's not an
feed. That
investment.
$2 trillion is nothing. That doesn't bother them one bit. The problem is that we're not going to be any use to them in terms of our consumption. So that's why the game's over.
Well, I don't even think they expect that. I mean, I think that is the game of Go. You gotta understand that, and they're taking territory. And when the Chinese take over, they'll just tell us, oh, by the way, we have control, and we'll go, okay, will you tell us what to do,
It's
please?
only $2 trillion. Okay, 15 trillion dollars in debt. So it's not a big deal. And like I said, no, the only reason why they're doing it is because they're trying to keep our economy alive as long as they can keep it alive, because they're getting back, for that $2 trillion, that buys them what, 10 trillion in commerce? I mean, so what's the trade deficit with China? Come on, it's got to be at least 10 trillion, right, or something like that. I mean, it's a huge number.
What's our GDP, like 15 trillion a year now?
well, I think